If you want a cheat sheet to catch the best Eastern Sierra fall colors in California, this is it. What to see, when to go, and how to photograph it. Hi friends! Welcome back to another Flying Dawn Marie adventure. This week I am thrilled to be sharing my Fall Foliage 101 tips and tricks to enjoy California's Eastern Sierra this autumn. We are in the heart of the fall foliage season. There's so much to see. Come join me. One of the first things to know when planning your autumn trip is that the fall color doesn't flip all at once here. It cascades by elevation. High elevations tend to turn first, then mid-elevation, and finally the lower spots. There are some exceptions, but in general, I plan my early season stops at Sage Summit, Virginia Lakes, and Rock Creek Lake, as those spots often lead the way with early season colors. Next up is typically Bishop Creek, the high zones, including Lake Sabrina, the Sabrina Basin, as well as South Fork Bishop Creek, and both South Lake and North Lake. Then the mid-season colors of Convict Lake, the entire June Lake Loop area, and Pine Creek Canyon, as well as Mammoth Lakes Basin. They glow, and then finally Twin Lakes, Round Valley, Walker Canyon, and the tail end of the season brings us to the Sonora Pass corridors and Yosemite Valley, rounding out the season, often peaking with color in late October into early November. So plan your fall foliage adventures with elevation in mind, and you can literally chase the peak down canyon colors as the weeks roll by. Also, weather is always a wild card and the ultimate decision maker when it comes to what colors you'll see and when. A hard frost, early snow, or sustained strong winds can accelerate color change or knock the leaves off fast, while mild, dry autumns will stretch the show on for extended period. Stormy patterns can compress it, and each year is unique, so check wind, temperatures, and storm patterns before your trip. And just to show you this in action, let me show you Rock Creek Lake last year. Everything was looking lime green, and within 7 days, the colors started peaking perfectly with gold, orange, and yellow, but we had 2 days of storming weather with winds, and so just 5 days after the colors turned from gold, they almost disappeared, and the trees were bare and stark in contrast to just a few days prior. So the conditions really can shift day to day in the fall, but because the colors shift at different elevation layers, you can often drive a few miles and then you can be in a different stage of fall, even on the same day. Something else to consider is the time of day you're visiting. Think golden hour, soft lighting versus midday harsh light, and sun versus shade. Standing with the sun behind the leaves, you get backlighting that cranks the color into overdrive versus front-lit leaves that can look flat. I hope you can see the difference in each angle and what it makes here, how the colors glow or dim as you move your feet. When photographing the fall colors, timing is everything. I aim for golden hour and pre-dawn to capture the glassy water reflections, and early mornings and late afternoons that make the aspen glow. Midday works in shade or clouds, but you'll be more likely to have to wrestle with the harsh contrasts. I recommend bringing a tripod, and I'll link my favorite gear if you're curious about what I use. I love to capture the grand panoramic views, but I also take time to explore the closer details too, which are stunning in their own right, and consider staying past sunset because the starry skies here are magnificent. If you're planning a trip, you should know that weekends in late September and October can get very busy. So if you want to avoid the crowds, try to consider a trip on weekdays, midweek if possible, and arrive early for quiet trails and views. Also, some roads like Sage Summit and North Lake are gravel or washboard, and high clearance or all-wheel drive really helps in those spots. Please don't stop in the middle of the road. Not only is it illegal, but it's also unsafe, so please don't be that person. There are plenty of turnouts and parking lots for everyone. There's also limited or no cell service in many of these remote areas, so download offline maps and any hikes ahead of time. Pack layers, including hat and gloves. Higher elevations can swing 20 degrees colder than down in the lower elevations, and take it slow at the higher elevations. And please remember all the leave no trace principles on your visit. Thank you so much for joining me this week. To learn more about the fall foliage here in California's Eastern Sierra, and for more information, make sure to check out my complete blog post at flyingdawnmarie.com and download my travel guide and itinerary for the best spots and all of the best tips to enjoy these colors. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.